Hi guys, my name is Bianca and of course this is Cassie. Thanks for stopping by this workout today. So we just have 20 minutes on the mat and we're going to be working specifically on our hamstrings and lower back. So there's a lot of you who are doing your workouts in, that's great, you're going to the gym and all that good stuff, but you're just forgetting to stretch out after your workout, which can really help to increase your range of motion, to get into those squats you're trying to get into, all of that stuff that you're trying to do, and just to help you feel better and get a better mental state, a better body state, and just feel overall just well and good. So let's get straight into today's workout. I don't want to hold you guys up, and so see you on the mat.
So welcome, or of course welcome back. My name is Bianca, this is Cassie, and thank you so much for stopping by the Bianca Fuchko Fitness channel. We are going to be working today on lengthening out those hamstrings and lower back, stretching out those knees, calf muscles, all that good stuff. If you know that you are a little bit tighter in the hammies, I would recommend taking a TheraBand or a towel, and I would love if you subscribe to this channel or checked out the website above for those online classes which happen daily. Let's start off with our Pilates breath. So we're just going to take our diaphragm in and just find a cross-leg position. We're just going to start by mobilizing our spine. So let's start with a set of 4 circles. I just want you to take a little warm-up here as we circle around from the left to the right, just getting rid of any tension that you might have in the body right now, whenever, of course, you are doing this workout. And well done for doing this workout today, for taking that step. All right, one more circle. Let's go to the opposite direction. We're going to go to our left side. Again, 4 circles. Again, just warming up the spine, the lower back, just getting into that Pilates breath. Good, as we work out through the lower back one more time. One more circle here. Good, coming back to your center and just taking your feet a little bit wider than the hips, coming into a pancake press or pancake stretch. I don't know why I call it this, but however, we're going to be focusing now on dropping one knee in as we just come into that left knee, which is dropping down. As you can see, you're going to open up one knee and drop one knee down here, just switching sides left to right. I want you to focus here on just opening up the sacroiliac joint and just feeling that sacrum nice and heavy as you switch from one side to the other here. Remembering to really exhale, use that breath, use that Pilates breath here in any of these exercises that we are doing today. Again, with this one, just starting to mobilize the hips. A little bit of an, let's say, harder option here would be to take your hands away from the mat if you do feel you have that strength there in your hip. We're going to hang out on this side, everybody. I just want you to place your right hip a little bit further to the earth and just bend from those hips, lengthening down. I want you to start to focus on your right hip flexor. So ultimately, before we move into any stretches today, I do want us to focus on a little bit of mobility. It's really important that we do warm up our hips and warm up our joints before we push into any intense stretches, which we will be doing today. So let's just hold this one out. Just drop that hip flexor down and just breathe with each exhale, going a little bit deeper into the stretch. And then when you feel ready, slowly coming back up and moving off to your right side. You want to drop that left knee down, that left hip flexor, and just feel that hip dropping towards the earth, and just allow yourself to relax your head here. Just breathe and notice if you have holding any or having any tension there in those hips, in those hip flexors, maybe in that lower back, and just release. Good. When you feel ready, let's come back onto our sit bones. And just from there, you just want to take the hands a little bit behind you again and just moving into a little bit of a faster variation again, just to check out how those hips are doing right now. Good. All right, let's come onto our hands and our knees, moving onto our right side now. So let's extend from here, our right leg back, all right? If you know that you have wrist problems, do come down onto your elbow. And from here, we're just gonna start off by stretching out that calf muscle, that Achilles of the right foot, as you take the weight forward and back. Again, I don't have any wrist issues here, so I'm gonna come up. But again, as I said, feel free to stay down if that is a better option for you right now. So I want to move a little bit into the iliotibial band after this exercise, just noticing there to keep the leg as straight as possible. And I want you to take that right foot across, moving into an internal rotation here. If you do want to come down on those elbows and this is feeling quite okay, if I could say, and you're really feeling that stretch in the iliotibial band towards the greater trochanter, the hip joint, then feel free to come down onto your elbows as I am showing. I want you to really drop that right hip down and just notice that internal rotation and how that is stretching down towards the knee. Be gentle with yourself, and do of course feel free to pull this one back if this is too difficult. Again, we're just breathing out here, Holding these stretches for always 30 to 40 seconds. Let's take it back to our center line, and then let's move on to our second side. Again, coming back onto your hands if you were on your knees, and just making sure that you are stretching your back knee here as you go into that calf stretch. Again, if you're feeling okay, you can come down onto your elbows with me. You just want to rock your weight forward and back here. Take it easy. Good. And then you want to take that left foot across again to the right side. You want to feel that stretch in, well, wherever you might feel it. We're all different. We all have different points which feel better, which feel a little tighter. So just make sure that you are focusing on the area which feels a little bit tight for you right now, and just going into that stretch. You want to cross the leg over and just breathe. And holding it out and slowly coming back to your center line. Just drop your knees out into a wide diamond press and just drop your butt back onto your heels, taking a well-deserved child's pose from here, just stretching your arms out. And I want you to place your third eye onto the earth or onto the mat. And then just dropping your heart if you're able to come a little bit further down. If not, that is absolutely fine. I just want you to breathe into your back here in this position, your lower back and your upper back. And if you feel comfy, you may want to take your hands onto your lower back here just to relax even further into this one. All right, when you're ready, just take your hands again, placing them back next to each other again, dropping your head down, and just taking another 5 seconds here. All right, let's move up into a downward facing dog. So we are going to look at our hamstrings again in this position, just walking through your heels. You want to make sure that the heels are in line with the hips here. So you might feel a need or want to kind of move into a little bit of a twist here as you're checking out those hamstrings, checking out the back of the knee, lifting those heels up. Just again, walking through the knees, maybe going to a little bit twist if that is feeling good for you. Or again, if you just feel like you want to hold the downward dog out or the pike press, feel free to do that as well. Good, and now just let's press our heels down and really drop the heels into the earth and hold this stretch out. Good, allow those hands to press away from you, press front, breathing out nice deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Good, 5 more seconds. All right, and let's drop our knees back down onto the earth, onto our mat. And just giving those wrists a little bit of a shake out, a little bit of a circle, just to relax there through those wrists. And let's come onto our elbows. We're going to do the same thing, okay? It's a little bit intense, more intense if I could say here. You're going to be on your elbows, and I want you again to press the weight back into your heels. This should come nice and deep into those Achilles, into those calf muscles. Pressing those heels down, I want you to sit the sit bones up to the sky. We are staying here for 30 seconds. Again, if you do want to walk through the knees, feel free to do so. You may want to walk through your right knee, left knee, lifting both those heels up, walking through both heels. Again, what feels good for you and where you feel like, oh, this is going to help me. Maybe stay on this side a little bit more, maybe move a little bit faster through. Focus on yourself right now. And we are staying here for another 5 seconds. One more time. And then coming back onto our knees. Well done. Just want us to turn around onto our sit bones. And by the way, at this point, if you do have your TheraBand in your towel, I would recommend that you have it in hand. Let's take our right knee to a bent position, and let's take our foot. Right, as you guys can see, I'm getting quite intensely into this one already. We are going to look at the back of our right hip and the back of our back, including well, stretching out and just mobilizing that hip joint for a few counts here. We're going to stay for about 10 seconds. So we're going to play with this motion and just feel how your hip is right now. Is it tight? Is it soft? You may want to increase the motion as I'm showing by pulling that knee back. And then we're going to move into a half lotus forward bend. So as you guys can see, you're going to bend forward over that left knee. Once you've come to that position, this is where I would say if you do need to take your TheraBand or your towel, I would recommend you place it over your left foot. And then you want to pull yourself forward and just relax down into the stretch here as you lengthen out through your lower back. So you want to drop your tailbone down and reach the energy, remembering that energy is never dying. It's always there, out through the crown of the head. And you just want to try to relax. I know this might be quite painful for some of you with tighter hamstrings. If you practice every day, I honestly do believe that you will see a difference. So I would honestly recommend doing this workout multiple times and maybe just remembering these exercises as well for those of you who do want to increase your flexibility here for another 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and then let's slowly come up. How does that feel? Let's move straight onto our second side. So same thing here, warming up our hip before we move into our forward bend, taking that left foot, and we're just going to start to mobilize again through the hip here, just circling that hip and just giving yourself a little bit of time to notice, what is my left hip doing here? How do I feel right now in my left hip? Am I tight? Am I open? Am I able to push myself a little bit further? As I'm doing here, I'm dropping my knee back, right? Just notice that again on this side, just mobilizing out through the hip before we are going to move forward and check out that right hamstring. So just a couple more counts here. Let's come into our half floater. So you want to draw that left heel into your right leg. Again, if you know that you're quite tight already, you do want to take that TheraBand. At this moment, you're going to inhale. And when you feel called to do so, you're going to exhale and draw yourself down towards that shin bone, towards that knee, and maybe, just maybe holding onto that foot. As you can see with me, my leg is not completely straightened. What's great would be to really straighten under that knee so there would be no light coming through there. Again, the most important thing here is to continue to breathe in all of your stretches. Stay with me, guys. We've just got another 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. And then let's slowly but surely come out of this position. And I would just love you to give your legs a little bit of a shake. That was our first intense stretch. And then let's come down onto our back. Again, making sure your TheraBand or your towel is in hand. We are going to take our right knee and let's stretch out our left leg. From here, we're just going to take that knee out and around, finding another hip circle here. The great thing about lying on the mat is we're going to use gravity to help us. Yeah, so we're not having to hold anything right now. I just want you guys to relax into that hip one more time. Let's reverse that hip circle before we move into our second hamstring stretch here. Again, using gravity. We are going to now grab our knee from underneath, and I want you to stretch your leg up to the sky. You're going to exhale to stretch and inhale to bend. We're going to do this 4 to 5 times. Take the tempo that you need here. You're going to stretch it up and bend it down. Good. If you know that your hamstrings are quite tight, I would recommend now to take your TheraBand, and please do place the TheraBand over your leg. If you don't need that TheraBand, you are going to hold your knee, your shin bone, your ankle, or your tippy toes, and just very, very, very gently with each exhale, pull that leg closer in towards your body. You're going to breathe deeply. You're going to inhale, release that tension on the leg. And with your next exhale, you're going to pull that leg one more time in towards your body, in towards your face. Again, breathing, everybody. It is going to help. Hold it out. Let's take it one more time. Up, inhale, last set, final set. Pulling that leg in one more time. And just remember to breathe. And with each exhale, you want to get closer into your body. You have another 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knee and please relax. Notice the difference right now in your body. Do you feel a difference at all? Maybe yes, maybe no. Let's move on to our left leg, remembering that we are going to first mobilize and just check it out. What does this checking out mean? We want to check out how our left leg is doing, remembering that our body is mostly imbalanced. We are also living these days, if I'm not judging, quite an imbalanced life. So we want to always check this out before we start to push anything deeply here. We have started to stretch that left leg now with our exhale and inhale to drop. We're going to do 4 and then moving into our 5th one, which is going to be the stretch. All right, if you know you need your TheraBand or your little towel, you want to take that towel, that TheraBand, and slowly pull that leg in towards you. As I said, very slowly pull that leg in towards you. You're going to exhale to pull it down. And you're going to inhale to release. Exhale to pull it in. Breathe, everybody. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And inhale to relax. Let's do one more, either keeping that TheraBand or not, if you are quite flexible, and just holding it out there. Hold it, everybody. Keep it up. You are breathing. for 5, 4, 3, 2, and slowly release your leg. Again, slowly place your left leg next to your right leg and just shake your legs out, feeling that stretch there. And let's just hug our knees into our chest from here. And you just want to give your lower back a little stretch out here as you rock your knees from side to side. You may choose to increase the stretch in your lower back by giving your lower back a little circle here from left to right, your knees a little circle, and perhaps changing that direction of the circle as well. Let's just take a few breaths. And when you are ready, let's come to a seated position. So you just want to come onto one side to slowly come up. And let's find ourselves here on our knees and start by taking our left leg out to the side. So actually we are going to work a little bit now on the inside of the groin, the inside thighs, still working on those hamstrings as we are, you can see, stretching out our left leg here. If you feel called to do so, and if you feel ready in this position, you want to take that left arm as well under your right elbow and just allow yourself to feel that stretch and that twist in the entirety of the body. Feeling your sit bones pressing to the sky and allowing that inside thigh as well as the hamstring and the knee to really stretch here. Breathing for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to your hands, everybody, and let's take our weight back. Okay, so ultimately this is going into a little bit of a posterior tilt, and in that being said, we want to make sure as we go into any of these stretches that we are protecting the lower back, protecting the muscles, again, as I've said a few times, by really breathing and really being gentle and aware how far you can go in any of these stretches and where you should back off a little bit. Right leg is going out. Let's do the other side. So you're going to press that heel down, stretch your knee. If you feel called to do so, take that right arm underneath that left elbow and just looking towards your right hand here. Good. When you feel ready to do so, let's come back onto our hands. And again, just rocking that weight forward and back here. Again, as I said before, just notice how far you can take it back. If you need to relax a little bit further down, if you need to take this off a little bit, then feel free to do so. If, for example, you do want to come down onto the elbows right now to finish off here, then feel free to do that. All right, let's come back up and just come back onto our knees and moving into now a little squat position. So just turning around, and I want you to place your fingertips in front of your face. Make sure that you are in a squat position. You're going to move into a pike press here where you're going to bend your knees and pulse for 3 times. And then I want you to slowly draw your head towards your knees. You're going to pulse, 2, 3, drop your heels and bring your face towards your knees. You want to stretch out the back of your hamstrings. You are going to bend, 2, 3, and stretch. We are doing a set of 5 here, so we have another set to go. Exhale, 2, 3, and stretch up. You want to take your hands behind your knees, behind your shins, behind your ankles, maybe if you are flexible enough, behind your heels, and I want you to breathe here. If you do need to, of course, bend your knees in any of these stretches, please do so. You don't want to pull or tear any muscles here, but you do want to push yourself, as you obviously have done this video or doing this video, because you do want to increase the stretch and range of motion in your hamstrings. All right, another 10 seconds. Try to relax your head. Try to breathe. Try to enjoy the stretch. I know this is a difficult one. And then slowly but surely bring your hands further towards the front of the floor again. And I want us just to drop our feet a little bit wider now, coming I would say onto the edge of the mat, and just give your knees a little bit of a rock from side to side as you allow your head again to drop down. And then slowly, when you feel ready, come back down into your sit bones, draw your feet forward, and just shake out your legs. Well done, everybody. Congratulations. That was nice. 20 minutes of stretching. Well done. Just coming back to a position that is comfortable, whether that be Sukhasana or Schneidersitz, whatever is good for you. And I want to say, of course, thank you so much for joining this workout. Thank you, Cassie, for being here as well. Thank you, guys. So just finding that cross-legged position, or that position that feels good to you. Before, as always, we finish off our session today, let's just close our eyes and find that breath. So let's find that inner stillness, and also that gratefulness that we were here today together doing this workout, doing these stretches, and learning something new, maybe just, yeah, checking out the body and really, I do honor you for being here today for this workout. And let's finish off our session by bringing our hands before our heart and just bowing ourselves towards our inner being and also towards Cassie. Thank you guys so much for joining this workout. As well, if you haven't subscribed, like I said, be sure to quickly do that. These workouts are intended to make you feel good. And my website above for anybody who wants to come to those online classes, which happen every single day if you're not getting enough of these workouts. We'll see you in the next workout. Bye.